Morning everybody and welcome back to another War Thunder video. I am back after a 2-day hiatus. I've been away for the weekend. And with the death of the SU-100, it's time to get into some sim battle gameplay. I'm driving out my Tiger once again. The last sim battle I did for the Tiger was uploaded on the I think it was the 22nd of May this year. So, May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 6 months ago. Half a year ago. And that video had 400, it's currently sat at 450 views, which is fantastic. Thanks to those of you who watched it. I think sim gameplay is a very niche little subject within the War Thunder community, and I do my best to cover it as much as I can, but due to the lack of matches, and I mean it took me 10 minutes to get into this game, so thankfully it was a decent game. After multiple attempts, multiple shitty games, and finally we ended up with this one. Anyway, I think this game mode is quite a niche little subject within the community, but it's a subject that a lot of people enjoy and like seeing footage of. So I'm more than happy to bring you said footage as much as possible. I've done sim gameplay with Schooter and the T-34-100. Speaking of the T-34-100, there goes one of them. And I do really enjoy sim. I don't play it as much as I used to, but like I said, that's due to the matchmaking. I know why Gaijin don't have it in the normal matchmaking queue anymore. It's an event now, and you are limited to which vehicles you want to drive and when you want to drive them. The T-64, I was informed by seeing a video on SlickBee's channel, is now in sim, so that's definitely one of the ones on the list. Hopefully I can get a few games in it with Schooter. I've done sim footage of the T-34-100, the Chieftain Mark III, the Tiger. I think that may be it, actually. I think that might be it. I mean, I've played more vehicles in sim than that, but those are the only 3 vehicles I think I've actually put sim footage up. Oh, T-34-85. Yeah, that was a lack of situational awareness if ever I've seen it. Yeah. That's one of the things I love about sim. If you've got even half decent situational awareness, you are already better than everybody else. By a landslide, in fact. It's not like, because it's a first person or from the commander's hatch sort of perspective as standard, most people won't even see something out of the corner of their eye. Something that normally would bring alarm bells, you know? But that doesn't appear to be the case. But I'm thankful for that. I mean, if people weren't as what's the word I'm looking for? If people paid more attention, then I wouldn't do as well as I do, because at the end of the day, I've never claimed to be a great player. Although I do certainly claim to be a better ground forces player than I am an air player, because I can't fly for shit. This is a fact, and also my opinion, but I know I'm right. Anybody who's a half-decent pilot would absolutely kick my ass. Hell, anybody who can actually just fly a plane would kick my ass. So, let's talk about the Tiger, shall we? I started playing War Thunder about 4 or 5 years ago, and when I started, ground forces weren't around yet. But as soon as they released the Russian and German ground forces tech tree, I immediately made a beeline for the German tech tree and wanted to get the Tiger. Much like many people who've played World of Tanks. Most people started playing World of Tanks just so that they could drive the Tiger, and then once they unlocked it at tier 7, they realised that it was not the beast that people assumed it would be. Unfortunately, the story is very much the same in War Thunder. People assume that they can research the Tiger and then they'll just go around knocking out early T-34s, Shermans. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. If it did, it'd be unfair. Realistic battles in War Thunder used to be called historical battles just because the matchmaking was more historically geared. Although, okay, let's get into a little bit of a rant here, shall we? For your amusement, and this is something that I need to get off my chest. People who say they want historical accuracy do not know what they want. You might disagree with me, but it's the truth. You ask for something, and it's very much one of these cases of be careful what you wish for, because if you had historical accuracy, everybody would want to drive a Tiger, everybody, because they'd be fighting Shermans. The Shermans would have to work in a team to take out one tiger, right? Although the chances of multiplayer gaming actually working out that way is very slim, as I've said. The only issue with multiplayer online gaming is that other people play it, and teamwork is around in War Thunder, but it's by no means... You can't guarantee that one of your teammates is actually going to support you. This is why I squad up a lot with Schooter, because I know I can trust him to cover my ass as well as he can trust me to cover his. But in most games you won't get that. And because everybody would flood towards trying to drive the tanks that are more favourable within their matchmaker, nobody would want to play the other team. Nobody would want to play the British or the Americans. So you'd end up with not getting any games. The matchmaking would have to be compressed to such an extent that it just wouldn't work. Which is why we have it like we do in War Thunder with the battle rating system and the tiers. I only briefly remember it being the 20 tier system, and for that reason I can't say whether I think it would be worth going back to that or not, and even if it was, they're not going to do it, so... And after the decompression of the top tier matchmaker, which is at the end of the day where I play most of the time, although I do go back occasionally to drive some of my favourites like the Tiger or the KV-1E. Haven't driven the T-34-100 in a while though, I might have to solve that. Anyway, yeah, the matchmaking, you know, it would be... the fact that they've uncompressed it was fantastic, and I raved up to the high heavens about it, and I will continue to do so, because we must reward good behaviour from Gaijin, and all game developers for that matter, and publishers. In a world of AAA gaming where people get treated like shit and then thank you for it. But I digress about that, because that is most definitely a subject for another video. I'm looking at Star Wars Battlefront 2 right now. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually put commentary in it this time. The last Tiger video in Sim didn't have commentary. As a matter of fact, I watched about 5 minutes of it and thought, Jesus, this is shit. So, and that's me, you know, self-criticising. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next War Thunder video. If you want to see some more, subscribe, like, or dislike. If you didn't, that's fine as well. It really does help out the channel. Cheers.